Eventually, sleep found me, if only for a little while, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up again. In a daze, I woke up and got out of bed again. The few comments thrown my way I mumbled incoherently in reply to, but that seemed enough to get me by. I was still so tired. I hoped that I'd end up just passing out from exhaustion later, just as an excuse to have a good rest. Holy shit, I'm dying.
So handsome, viewers. This is what you pay for. So desirable.
Jesus
you wanted
Christ.
this.
Oh, I've never been more attractive. It felt it felt strange to want to just pass out with the danger just out of view, but someone else could worry for a little while in my place, right? Much like Benson had already done, but like again. That was very funny.
I feel like I am like you know how they say like when you're dying your brain like hallucinates and you get like euphoria. I think this whole game is just happening in the flash of my death, and I'm just witnessing it all as a fever dream before I go out for good.
Is password just a shadow on a cave?
Oh, man.
Wasn't it implied
What is
that
happening?
Benson?
Where am I?
Wasn't it implied that Benson was going to bed too?
No.
He also stayed up? He just shooed Dave to go back to sleep.
I think he just shooed
slept.
Dave off. Yeah.
I was like, did he just give up on keeping watch anymore? Most of us ran into each other on the stairs. A lot of us a combination of tired, restless, and hungry. It was only at the mention of food that I felt my stomach grumble, and the thought of eating made me feel a little more normal. This is our routine now, like it was our whole lives. You wake up and eat breakfast, gather together, someone would go into the kitchen to get food, and we'd eat and chat. Or at least it was. Now we were all just sitting at the table, unsure of what was meant to happen now. Alright, whose turn is it? So, how did everyone sleep last night? Everyone's attention went to Dean, although no one replied immediately. That bad, huh? I didn't do too badly, all things considered. Could have been worse. Fucking Dave was like, I'll never sleep. It's everything's so fucked and stressful. He lasted 10 seconds. He was out immediately and slept through the whole night.
It's not that, Dean. Just, we're all kind of rattled. The road blowing up is certainly... what I mean is no one could have seen that coming.
I'm with you there. The whole road is gone, and someone was planning on making sure that we couldn't get away. You know, it's kind of shocking that it took 15 days for them to enact this plan that could have been enacted on day 2. Just putting that out there. Blowing up their escape routes wouldn't have changed much immediately. In fact, it would just have made murdering them all easier.
I'm not necessarily completely on board with that. Like, I do think the game, like, narratively, the story should be set up in a way that there's them being trapped early on. But at the very least, it feels like you would blow up the escape route immediately after killing Oswin.
Yes. Well, I guess my point
instead of like
is
4 or 5 or 6 days later, however long it's been.
Yeah. I guess my point is, if this character is a mastermind who has been planning this from the start, since goofy shit has been happening since basically we first got here, then it is particularly sus to be like, and then step 47 in our plan, 2 weeks in, we get really lucky and they don't leave at any point, and that's when we blow up the road. And it's
Except
just like,
for all the
okay.
timelines where they left.
Exactly.
That's interesting, because now when bad ends happen, something else it just has to end differently. We're not going to go home to the suburban neighborhood and argue about Tyson again.
Yeah.
But we didn't do anything to anyone. At least I didn't.
None of us did. This is just, bad luck.
I thought you had all the luck, Roswell. Shouldn't that, you know...
As much as I'd usually agree with you, I guess my luck just didn't pan out as this time, Dave.
Luck or no luck? What's the plan? Are we able to just wait until someone comes looking? Are we wandering down the main road?
I'm in the lunatic in the woods. No way we should go out there. Plus, do you know how long it'd take to get anywhere? It's like almost a day.
Well, if we got to the main road, that should be fine, right? Hail down a car and we could, like, hitchhike.
Don't think that's gonna work. Too many of us and well, we don't know how bad the damage is, do we? I don't accept the answer, too many of us. One, like, you can stack into a lot of vehicles, but even then, it's just like, okay. Once you're out there, you have cell service, right? Like, you can call for help. Or if you do hail down a car, they can take some of you and get help and then come back for the rest of them. Or you can separately hail down multiple cars. Like, just a weird answer. There's too many of us. We should just give up and lay down and die. One wrong move and we'd be in trouble. So, we're stuck, right? We're certain that we're stuck? Damn it! We've tried nothing and nothing's working. I turned to the other three, seeing if they had anything to add. The moment I did, however.
We're not stuck. Not if we accept that there's danger. What?
Are you excited?
That doesn't... I don't understand that logic.
I think he's trying to say that if we accept that there's danger, which we have, then no, we're not stuck because we can't just stop and give up.
Gotcha.
Is how I read it, at least. I was reading this as like we had a sound. Oh, thank God, a voice of reason. What the fuck? Why are we just giving up, having tried nothing? But the woods, right? That's literally where the danger is. I think I get it. If they got into the woods, then they must be able to get off if they set off the bomb, yeah? Only place we haven't searched is the woods. Sal nodded quickly, shooting Dean a quick look.
We could try going through the forest if worst comes to worst.
I'm not going out there. Not until I can be sure I'm not going to be chased by him again. I'm sorry, we let you rename Jack in the previous game, so we can't refer to him directly in the sequel. I've been damaged by X2. Whenever somebody says, him, in italics, I always think about Titus and how they couldn't name him for an entire video game.
Yeah.
Not even if we all went together.
Dude, are you seriously suggesting safety in numbers? How the fuck is that gonna work? We have no idea where we're going. One rabbit with knife versus 7 men is like
including one crocodile that's hard to kill.
It's hard to kill a crocodile.
That's what Grandpappy used to say.
It's not the best plan, or even the safest, but at least we have an option should things get to the point where we can't stay here.
Like now. I think we're there already. That's all well and good, but that doesn't help us figure out what to do now. Any luck with our phones? Bill reached into our pockets and checked, but after a few moments it was clear that whatever signal we had still wasn't available to us. So that's a no. Whatever happened to the landline idea? We all looked around for a while, with no one seemingly knowing the answer. Just as I was about to ask someone else, I was distracted by the sound of Benson walking calmly towards the dining room.
Apologies, everyone. Being up all night has taken its toll on me after all.
Is someone going to ask him about the landline? Or are we going to immediately forget about the thought we just had?
My bet is on the obvious option, which is that we're not going to ask about it.
Which is that every thought is dropped every time. At first I didn't notice anything different. Not radically so, anyway. But there were small things. Like how he was kind of squinting. His posture wasn't as upright. He was most of the way here, as far as tiredness goes, last time you saw him.
Now we need to check and compare if there's an actual different sprite or if it's just in the text.
No, it's just text.
This would be one of those moments to do a cool sprite swap. You can have that idea for free, people who made the game. You don't need to credit me for that one.
All the art's being redone anyway.
Yeah.
As far as the landline, there isn't one to test. Both Oswin and I have personal cell phones, but that's about it. We're a very progressive household.
Or would you not have a landline? You're going to depend exclusively on cell phone signals out here in the mountains, the famously best place to have a cell phone work? You don't have a landline at all? But why?
Consider Oswin's tendency to hide himself away. He wasn't the type to order a pizza out of convenience, my boy. A thing that you can't do on a cell phone. Although part of that is likely due to the delivery range.
You don't say. You don't say.
There's just so many observations throughout this entire game that are then over-clarified through what I can only describe as an ADHD parenthetical thought that just gloms onto the end of the sentence that is unrelated to the point, but just always finds its way in. And like the script of this game just has hundreds of these. Like, your whole point was that he doesn't have a landline. Like, he wasn't exactly going to order pizzas out of convenience. And he's like, well, I guess you couldn't really get them out here because of delivery range. And then, like, you could almost expect, like, the parentheticals to, like, infinitely loop, and he just keeps going deeper down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, just
and
fractal into a completely different universe. Yeah, no, exactly.
And I'm like, this is just not related to what we're talking about, Benson. He'd consider ordering pizza? There's a bunch of stuff already in the kitchen to make something much better? No, Orlando,
you're just gonna sit there and eat pizza?
Not in front of my salad. Like, Orlando, he explicitly said the opposite of that. He explicitly said he wasn't the type to order a pizza out of convenience. And then you're like, he'd consider ordering a pizza with there's stuff in the kitchen already? But no. Were you listening? Were you listening at all, Orlando?
No, he was not.
What the fuck, Sal? No one listened. Or Benson's line is just miswritten, and they're reacting to the right line? But they didn't, because he also could. But he also said the range thing, so they definitely weren't ordering pizza. So why are both of them reacting like he said that he ordered pizza all the time?
I feel like I've eaten a full bag of weed gummies. I'm just gone. I am gone.
And there just needs to be an editor. Someone needs to read these before they go out. What?
That's our job, Keith.
No, I don't want to be. I'm not the beta tester.
The convenience, maybe.
You're right.
Oh. Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, not to imply that he wouldn't ask you nicely first, Benson.
My throat is so dry, and I don't know why I've been chugging water this whole time, and I've had to pee so bad.
And it's just coming apart.
I'm falling apart at the seams. It's unraveling me. This game is unraveling me.
If you want to destroy your toaster, whoa, whoa, whoa. Pull this thread as he needs to pee.
I'm okay. I'm alive. We're alive. I'm centering again.
Benson just smiled, tired but remaining calm as he explained further. I'm just gonna ignore the obvious communication problem here where no one fucking listens to the things I say.
Oh, man.
case, the only communication that could be done over any distance with our current problem would likely be a closed-circuit radio. Not a ham radio or any other kind of radio, only this one kind of radio.
The one I thought of. Like a walkie-talkie?
I suppose that could work, yes.
Do we have any? Like, I feel like that might be good for us to have access to.
Alas, we do not. There is little reason to have something of the sort when there's only two of us, and one of us barely goes outside as it is.
I mean, it might be nice to have like a PA system.
Yeah.
Like that could be pretty nice to have in a big building where you want to call your butler constantly.
There's little reason to have this thing. We should just have a communication system with a single point of failure.
Yes. I mean, I know actual just like people growing up that like had intercoms in their houses.
Yeah.
That's not that weird.
You can't stay up forever, Benson. What are we to do about keeping watch? Shy of just taking it in turns, but then relaying any dangers might pose a problem if we're all separated.
What about the dinner bell? The dinner bell? Oh,
No one considered this.
it's loud.
We just blew his mind.
Yeah. Why don't we use the dinner bell for Orlando? I mean, for Roswell when he was out.
Who? Oh, that one. We're not worried about him.
Because it's loud. Anyone in the house could hear it, right?
It could work in a pinch. Should anything go awry, ring the dinner bell and we'll assemble in the foyer.
The most vulnerable location in the house. What if the foyer is dangerous?
Heavens, my boy. Any given location can be dangerous, but this is as good as we're gonna get, I'm afraid. But I don't see this as much of an issue if you stick with your partners.
Remember the buddy system we forgot about? Partners? Oh, the scavenger hunt ones? The
It
ones
would
that...
save us going through the hassle of picking groups again.
Great. This arbitrary decision we made 7 days ago is coming back. Great.
It's a trick to just reinforce the idea that you're partnered with the person that you partnered with back then, because that's the route. But
Yeah.
there's just like a minor, tiny, itty bitty problem, which is Tyson doesn't have a group because you hate him. You all suck. Because we suck too. We brought Tyson to a house where everyone hates him or doesn't know him, and then we immediately ghosted him and hung out with Sal, and paired up with Sal and left Tyson to not be in a group because we suck.
This hurts the toaster.
Really, you should just divide the entirety of everyone into 2 groups. Like, why would you only want
that
pairs?
note-
Why would you only want pairs of 2?
A pair of 2 isn't even that unassailable.
No, especially if one of you is
2
the
versus
murderer,
1
which
is
we're
not
still
that
implying.
crazy odds. I would make that coin flip.
Damn. Toaster's out for blood.
I don't mean necessarily killing a person, but what I'm saying is like taking it statistically here, the strength in numbers comes from the numbers.
Yeah.
If it's 2 versus 1, that's like you have a 33% chance. That's you're good. You can do it. Like you might be able to do it. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like Jack.
You heard it here first, folks. Toaster's handled 2 at once many a time.
Okay, all right, chill out. Simmer down there. I'm just saying, I make riskier plays in fighting games all the time. This is chump change. If I could guarantee that, I would. Boy, but like, yeah, as you said, like, why wouldn't they just split into 2 groups? That's all. You could just have. You could just have a bunch of them. Like that's all you need to do.
And a
It's
group
fine.
of 4, and you just keep track. And there doesn't have to be rigid groups. You just keep track of where everyone is, and just always transfer one person from one to the other for any reason you need to be doing things. Obviously, one group is preferred. Hang out in the conservatory.
I thought about that for 2 seconds and then decided no.
On that note, there is one thing stipulated in Oswin's will that I must raise. That thing that I said wasn't explicitly a will. Anyway, he intends for you to continue the scavenger hunt. What?
He can't be serious, can he? The fuck does he want us to do that for? We're in danger. When was this written? If he knows about the scavenger hunt. Wait. If he knew about the scavenger hunt, then he wrote this while we were here? If
I'm
that's
so
true-
shocked.
If that's true, then how do you know it's not a fake? No, we're implying you wrote it, Benson.
I can assure you, I can recognize Oswin's handwriting. After all, his handwriting was atrocious.
Okay, but did he say why? Who fucking cares?
I love Tyson. Yes,
Yeah.
me too. Good question, Ty.
Correct.
I thought this might be an issue, in which case, is there anything I can offer as an incentive to go along with Oswin's wishes? Perhaps
Answers?
a nice little toy. You can all have a fun toy.
You can have a little kid's meal. You can each get one piece of Inspector Gadget.
Come over here to the dentist's reward chest. You can pick your own toothbrush out of it.
Why would we do it? Why would we want to do it? You keep implying we shouldn't do it, which you don't seem to know you're doing somehow. You seem to not somehow recognize you're implying we shouldn't do it over and over again and then saying we should do it. Should I have cold hard cash? Probably not. Tyson, you can't go saying that. Why can't he?
Tyson has the right idea. He's speaking my language. You want me to do this shit? Pay me, dude.
Yeah, it's almost like competitions have prizes.
There is not an inch of my soul that I would not turn over for a couple grand in this situation. Sure. Got nothing better to do. Pay me.
Like, you're just like, hey, go play the scavenger hunt in the middle of the war zone where someone's trying to murder you and bombs have gone off. For, pretty please? That's the reason. What? What the fuck, Benson? Are you human? I mean, you're not, but you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? What is the incentive? How did you think that this made sense?
If it's money you want, that's fine. I control those assets for the time being anyway, so I am agreeable to these terms.
Good. Fucking thank you, Tyson.
Yeah,
Get that
there
bag.
we go. Getting that bag. You don't know how much Tyson's even thinking of.
Truth be told, the number doesn't matter so much if we don't ensure our survival. Nice to put a price tag on our lives, not to put a price tag on our lives, but if it's raw numbers that drives you to survive, then so be it.
Oh, it certainly does.
What
Thank
does
you.
playing the scavenger hunt have to do with surviving?
I'm paying off my student loans after this.
Like-
I'm back in.
If he could just if us playing the scavenger hunt has anything to do with us surviving, he should really just communicate why that is, because that would encourage people to play the scavenger hunt.
No,
But he's
Keith,
just
don't
not-
ruin this for me.
but he's
Don't
just
ruin this
not
for me. I
doing
want the
that.
payday.
Why
I need to. Daddy's got loans to pay. Daddy needs a paycheck.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why don't they just explain things when it's all in their incentive? Like, I don't know. This doesn't feel right to me. Why would I accept a prize for winning a competition? It's never happened before in the history of animal kind.
Did he just say animal? What?
No, that was real.
Oh.
was
For
me.
a second, I thought that was. I just saw the text skip.
No, that
when
was-
you
no,
changed
that-
the thing, and I
That
was
wa-
like,
no,
"What?"
that was sarcasm.
Gotcha.
Because it's
I've never heard of that before.
It's stupid that he's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me to accept a cash reward for winning a competition.
Yes.
Far be it for me to restrict you to just money. If it's weapons or other such resources, I'm happy to oblige where I'm able.
This is where this game turns into a roguelike and Benson becomes the shopkeep.
I think I'm done. I think I'm with Dean on this. Something doesn't feel right. Dave, do you know what we could do with the amount of money we could ask for? This hypothetical total that we'll totally get for sure. Pinky swear. I know, Ty, but... I look around to the others, all seemingly deep in thought over the proposition. Roswell spoke first as he played with a spoon, brow furrowed.
What bothers me is that we're still a long way off from getting the whole set. That's what bothers you, Roswell?
Yeah, why does that bother you? He focused on the wrong things. That's true, too. I don't even remember how many we found, but it's not many.
Well, I see which ones you found thus far.
I guess we can take a couple of minutes to go round them up.
It'll give us a chance to get something in our stomachs, too. How about Orlando and I get some breakfast going while Tyson and Sal go get the medals from whatever rooms they're sitting in? What?
Okay, they're in different rooms. Okay, I thought this was going to reveal that when we found the medals, we just left them where they were, and I was going to lose my mind.
I'm also just like, they're going to go round them up. I guess people will volunteer the information of what they have, because people, in our case, we just
Well, yeah, they were like arbitrarily
and...
ignoring it, weren't they? Before
well,
they were like not telling each other who had what.
I think we only knew who got one of them, because I think was it Orlando won the first challenge in the maze?
I think so.
So everyone knew Orlando.
And then I
got
thought Dean
one,
found one in the greenhouse, didn't he?
I don't think it was Dean. I think it was Sal, because it was with us, I think.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
We stepped on it and was like, oh, weird, random coin. Remember the coins? And then that prompted another rant about how they just dropped the scavenger hunt plotline. But like, I don't think we told anyone, so I have no idea who has them. So I guess everyone has to volunteer that information before they can be retrieved from wherever the fuck they are in people's rooms. Everyone should just go grab theirs now. It'll take 30 seconds. We don't need to complicate this. I mean, I'm fine with people going into my room, but... Tyson was already out the door, Sal quickly looking around at the others before chasing after him. It seemed the decision to get what they needed to, rooms be damned, had been decided. And Dean and Orlando took the cue to head to the kitchen, the vague mentioning about scrambled eggs on toast being the only thing I caught of their conversation before they disappeared. The rest of us just waited. Minutes ticked by until eventually Sal and Tyson returned with medals in hand. Not long after that, Dean and Orlando had breakfast sorted, and we lay out what we had to take stock. I just have to point out that like there isn't like a universal like medal inventory in each room. Like someone could be keeping it in their pocket, someone could be in someone's wallet, someone could have put it in their luggage or in the bedside table. Like there's so many places that these medals could be, that how are they just gathering them, not knowing how many there are or who has them? Everyone could just go get their own in 30 seconds. It's just, what a weird logistical thing to specify unnecessarily and have it make that little sense. Benson scratched his chin and fiddled with his mustache as he looked at what we'd put before him.
Not many is right, although I did not realize just how few had been found.
Bitch, we're Zoomers. We forgot immediately. What did you expect?
I had no expectations going into this shy of the instruction to set you on the task. The fact that Roswell wanted something to do just lined up nicely.
Hey, well, it's not like we really know where to look. And with everything else going on, I guess it just hasn't been too important. We spent multiple days trying to figure out what to watch.
He picked up a medal and turned it over in his hand, flashing the symbol on front.
Well, I can confirm this one is from the hedge maze.
Orlando ended up finding that one.
One of the easier ones that I set you to find, to be sure. Or at least I knew it was there, adorning the statue found in the middle of the maze.
I thought you said no one knows where they all are. I thought you said they were lost.
I'm really lost on whether or not they're known or not. Like, I assume that they I assume he doesn't know where all of them are, otherwise why are we looking for them if it's important? Unless it literally is just a trick, like it's just a fucking nonary game, like to put us into life or death situations so that we can filter through all the different timelines to win the morphogeneticness of the thing. And that's what Osmond wanted?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that a lot of this narrative would be immediately less arbitrary if they just told us things.
Yeah.
Like, it would be significantly more compelling if characters just told us why we were doing stuff. Because playing coy isn't actually enhancing the tension or like misleading us at all. We know when characters are leaving details out. We have recognized when they were just doing stuff for the convenience of the plot. It doesn't communicate anything new to the player or hide anything from them. It's just not communicating. It's so frustrating. Do you know where any of the others are? That'd make fulfilling Osmond's will a lot easier, at least.
Come now, it's well stipulated that you keep engaging with the game, not that it be finished.
What? His will was just that we look for coins?
You see, we have to stay busy, because if we stop moving for more than 5 minutes, each one of us will arbitrarily die. Ergo, he has given us busy homework to do. We don't need to turn it in, we just get credit for trying.
He's just like... It really does just read as a plot device of like, oh, now that we're in danger, the smart thing to do would be to do nothing. So, here's a dumb task to just put yourself at risk for. Like, people are gonna die, and we're gonna have to go back in time to save them because of this game. That's where this is going. How else could this go?
My head hurts, man.
Come now, it's well stipulated to be engaging with the game. Truth be told, I would not be able to help you find much beyond Aquarius and perhaps Capricorn.
Okay, so tell us where they are.
Benson's eyes flicked to the table, picking up a new medal after setting the first one down. No? The greenhouse
Although
one.
it seems as though you've had no problems finding it already.
I looked quickly to Sal, who frowned slightly.
There's something the matter.
Capricorn. How is this Capricorn? I've been calling it the swoopy N.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know what lettuce is.
You're supposed to eat the tea bag. Even knowing which one it is now, I don't know how it gets its shape.
That'd be because of the goat's horns making up the left side and the tail curling around to make the swoopy part.
Well, at least there's one less metal we need to worry about.
There's no less metals. It's the one we found. We already knew about it.
Yeah, the number of metals that we have found has not changed.
For at least a week.
I do suppose.
Yeah.
I do suppose it means that, yes.
No, Benson, don't.
Are we just gonna gloss over that Sal was referring to it as a swoopy N despite, well, probably knowing better?
I promise you he does not know
He
better.
didn't. He had no idea. You big dumb idiot. What are you talking about?
Have you met Sal before?
Yep.
Benson picked up the next medal and turned it over, smirking slightly. There's another one? This is new then.
Boris.
It's me. Oh yeah, the one we found with the pumpkin. Oh, there was another one. So we have 3.
Wow.
Under the pumpkin, more like.
Under, in the soil.
I kind of found it accidentally by almost tripping over it. Oh wait, so we don't know where Capricorn's from. Because we found...
Yeah.
We found this one, I guess, in the greenhouse. So why has Sal been calling it the swoopy N if he hadn't seen it before? Where did
He must have seen it.
Where'd Capricorn come from?
Hey, I don't think anyone's complaining how you found it, accident or otherwise.
Indeed. Just as well that you all cleared out the pumpkin just to find it. Heaven knows how long that one was planted there.
The pumpkin or the metal?
Both.
Ha 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 ha. Setting down the metal in his hand, Benson looked to us and shook his head.
While the set is mostly incomplete, I would urge you all to consider still finding what metals remain.
But why? It can't be that important, really, can it?
Oftentimes, keeping busy is a good distraction from worry. While I imagine your search will be restricted mostly to the manor, I'm sure there's at least another somewhere around here to find.
There's one or more murderers out there.
You've also admitted that you know where they are, so stop playing coy. We know. We know you know.
That's bullshit. Well, not really an alternative, is there? Not until we figure out how to clear the way back home? What? You can just not play the game. What do you mean there's no alternative? A false choice. Deal with Jack. Right. All things considered, how about I take first watch? You can get some sleep, Benson.
I shall only need a brief nap to be functional again, but if you can afford me a few hours, that shall be plenty.
Okay, so play the scavenger hunt, but also we need to keep watch for Benson and also use the buddy system, which means that people are locked down with whoever's on watch. If I'm not doing anything, tag me in as well. Ty shot me a quick look before looking back at Dean. You know, taking turns or whatever. Yeah, of course. Only way we're gonna get through this together. Renewed with our task to search for metals, it seemed as though there wasn't much else we could be doing until something developed as far as getting home. Breaking off into our pairs, we left the dining room to begin our search. With the group set and something resembling a task under our belts, we ate what food we were in the mood for before splitting off. Okay, so begins the scavenger hunt, the most consistent story thread in the game that wasn't dropped at all for 10 days.